Welcome to this video on what's new for GitHub Copilot in Visual Studio Code 1.131 that was released in July 2026. Follow me along as I demo new features. Enjoy! In the Agents window, I just started this prompt to review my code by 3 different subagents. And what is new here is you can open up the subagents while they're running, and it opens up in a new chat and it shows you what it is doing in the background. Apart from that, you can hover over the calls to the subagent and they will show the amount of credits that are used and for how long it ran. Once it's done, it will not show it anymore. So we'll need to go into the specific chat into the subagent session, and here in the subagent session it used Gemini 3.1 Pro and it used 9.9 credits. But I can assure you, while it's running, you can hover over it and it will show you the amount of credits it used. Because the holiday season has started and because sometimes we need to wait for an agent to get finished, something funny has been built in, which is the VS Code pet. If you start it up, you see the animation here, the pet appearing. You can drag it around here. You can click it to trigger some animations. There's 3 different animations that alternate. And when you send off a terminal command, for example, that requires an approval, it will have a different animation that you can see right now. It's clapping because it requires my attention. So I can now drag this away and click the skip button. And to get rid of the pet, if you are fed up with it, you type in VS Code pet again, and then it disappears. So funny little feature. Dictation has been part of VS Code a while ago, then it went away, then there was an extension, and now it's built in again. To get started with dictation, you will need to go to settings and then search for dictation.enabled. And as you can see, well, it's disabled here in my place. It is, or enabled, I'm sorry, it's enabled here. It is enabled by default. There are some more settings regarding dictation. Let me show that later. The first time you start dictation, you will need to click this little microphone icon. It will download a local model. It's the Nemotron model, and that is used to translate your dictation into written text. And once it's downloaded, I advise you to restart VS Code to ensure that everything works as expected. And then you can start using it. For example, I can now trigger it and ask it, list the models in this application. And then I switch it off. And then, of course, I can trigger my prompt. Because you cannot do that with speech yet. And then it will, of course, execute whatever is there. Nothing special there, but because there is a local small model in place, it can do a little bit more. And I experimented a little bit. So, for example, well, it came back now with the models that are there. Why is it the case that there are different front-end models compared to back-end models, or compared to the back-end models? I hope you noticed what just happened. Because I corrected myself, Copilot rewrote the prompt. So there is a setting that allows Copilot to revise whatever you dictated to make it better understandable. And for it to allow this, to allow this to happen, you will need to enable dictation.experimental mental.llm cleanup. Oops, cleanup. And when this is enabled, as you can see, it will refine the finalized text. And sometimes you need to give it a little bit of time for it to fix the errors you made. And that makes it a lot, well, the experience a lot better if you use it frequently. And, well, everybody makes errors while speaking. And then it will, you know, make the text actually better than when it would be just bluntly written out. So yeah, keep in mind that there are some settings. If I just search for dictation, you'll see some more settings. One of them is the model that it uses. As you can see, by default, it's Nemotron. It's on device. So again, if you start dictation for the first time, you will see that it's going to download that model, and it will take a minute or two. You can also use the Microsoft AI model. That will be hosted in cloud, but then obviously it will be a little bit slower. So I can advise you to just use the default. It works pretty well. When this is switched on, you also get dictation in other places, like in the terminal. To be honest, for now, I don't see a lot of value because this dictation is really aimed at natural language. So things like interpunction, like a hyphen or a colon, there's really no way to do that. But let me just show you how this works. You can just start dictation here from the 3 dots. Hello. Say hello. Yeah, and the layout of my terminal is not really great, but yeah, well, there you go. I said hello and entered, and then it works. So to get from the little microphone icon after dictating to get that actually effectuated in the terminal, you need to press the escape button. It's a key binding that you can configure. So this is one place, and of course, if we go to, for example, the README-MD here, what I can do is I can press Control-Alt-V on Windows. On Mac it will probably be Control-Command-V, and that will also trigger the dictation. So let me show you. And we need to summarize this text. And then again, by pressing the escape button, you stop the dictation and you effectuate what you just dictated. So yeah, that's it about dictation.